Hey guys, this is Deadman bringing you an analysis video this time. Let's begin by talking about the draft a little bit. This is ILG Hyderabad, which happened on Saturday. I was surprised to bump into Mr. Madara ZXC from WhOOps there. I think he's the best carry in India right now. Yeah, he's representing India in a national tournament. WhOOps, which has qualified for WESG Asia from South Asia qualifiers. Yeah, he played OSA and he basically instructed his team to do what and everything, and we lost. I think we had a good chance of winning this game, just that we choked at the wrong times, and will that led us to losing the game. Let me give you let me just talk a little about the draft, about how this came about to be. So we deny pick them Lina because we know that they play a lot of Lina, and we also ban Skies because we know, and we give them LC intentionally. So kind of certain that they would pick Ursa. So when they pick Ursa, we think of a carry that does well against Ursa in mid game, and at the same time lane well against LC. So Troll was a pick here, and I still think our draft is great. Uh, just that later, uh, after this, we make the mistake of uh, not banning OD and thinking Viper would do us more harm than an OD. But it turns out that Viper was still fine compared to OD because OD has a save against our trolls. So let's begin with the laning stage and let's begin with the mid lane. So we have Alina versus OD at middle, and Alina wins this matchup, I'd say. Lina outranges, outdenies, outranges, outdamages, and outharasses OD in this matchup. Which did happen in our game where Mr. Archmage held his own and he had higher denies and higher last hits. Yeah, but this is surprising to me where this Ursa, a safe lane Ursa, rotates onto a mid laner at 7 minutes in. At 7 minutes in, this Ursa just casually walks from his safe lane to the mid lane, secures a kill, and walks back. Why didn't we spot it? I don't know, cause he went a shrine. We didn't expect him to go gank mid. Like this is what makes him an 8K. I guess I could say the best carry player in India. This entire game played out on uh, Mr. ZXC's commands. Look at bottom lane. As soon as Osa gets his phase boots and his combo venom, we got nothing to stop him. So he basically just takes over of the lane from there, and there's no point. There's no way we can really deal with that. So at the end of laning stage, we come out with two lanes, one and one lane lost. We win the top lane and the mid lane, while we lose the bottom lane pretty hard. But it looked good, and we'll see what fights lead to what objectives and how the game plays out from here. We basically play on the opposite side of the maps and try to catch one guy out. So we do. So here we catch OD out of position, while at the same time they catch Sand King out of position, which they do manage to kill. At the same time when we catch OD out of position, OD vanishes himself, leading to further mistakes, and then we get a double Laguna. Our Sand King buys back immediately and he's back into the fight, which leads to us winning this fight and Lina getting a landing here. So at this point in the game we feel pretty confident. We just killed an Ursa with an Aegis and we team wiped them while making LC buyback. Yeah, we got a buyback on our own Sand King, but this we felt like a decent trade and we had I thought we could build on our map control from this point on. So after building another 5k of net worth lead and with another 2 minutes on our AGs, we decide to go push them mid tier 2 and we don't see them being able to trade any of our tier 2s. So we know this is a fight which they're gonna take. So we're pretty prepared for it. Uh, so this is how it unfolds. Like. So I'd like to point out a couple of things which happen here. So what happens here is that we make an initiation on the LC while the Ursa jumps Lina, but we manage to kill the Ursa at the same time using his BKB. OD manages to kill Sand King, but Ursa immediately buys back into the fight, which kind of makes us, even though we have an Aegis on roll, we are stuck in a similar situation as they were before, making them win the fight even when we have Aegis. It's just that Ursa buyback completely put us off and that makes them win that fight for sure. We still hold a good net worth lead. It doesn't really amount to anything. They decide not to fight for their tier 2 and to fight inside. Even though we have somewhat of map control, we are not satisfied with it and we think we might not hit our timing. So we decide to fight into them because we know where they are and we make a move on them and this is what happens. What happens here is we end up killing Rubik and LC who buy back and immediately TP onto the shrine. When SK and Sand King also back, SK and Shadow Demon also buy back, but it takes a while for them to come back to the fight. But basically, fuck up our spells big time. There's like we didn't use our spell usage was shit, so we lose that fight compared to the other team. RS for that move that had a refresher shard. I think we just threw away a 10k lead here by dying back on two heroes. Them an easy rack or two. So that's exactly what happens. They take a range racks, they back away. So immediately after taking tier 3, they move on to a shrine from which they just happen to spot a Lina, which they pick off. And Lina did have a buyback at this point, which leads to them taking racks, as you see. So once we are playing once you start playing this 4v5, we're kind of desperate to do something because we're losing racks, and throwing more bodies is just not a good idea. So we just keep our distance and we just watch as our racks fall. So finally, when they retreat, we try to make a move on them, which doesn't work out in our favor. So what they do, they start throwing the game at this point, whereas OD is almost diving fountain, and so is the entire team, which is like, I don't know what they're trying to do here, but yeah, this is how Indian teams throw. That was a first hit bash from Troll. Our Invis Sand King spots Osa, who's actually spotted. So over here we managed to catch Osa and Rubik. Yeah. Even though Osa had an AGs here, it didn't really matter. Just how, if you notice the other two main fights, whoever had Troll had AGs and we lost the fight, and previous to that Osa had AGs and they lost the fight. So at this point, there have been two buybacks and one dieback and one buyback. So we feel like we can just go take racks. With 70 seconds on OD and uh, 50 seconds on thing, we don't want to. I think the better call would have been here to end it, but as a team we made a decisive call. We made a call. I think we should have gone throne here definitely, but we decided to go tier 3s instead, tier 3s and racks instead. We do manage to secure this, but I think we could have fought. So instead of backing off, just like Dyer didn't back off just 2 minutes back, we pretty much make the same mistake again. So with OD respawning also we did not back and we dove that Diofos, which led to uh, that's the exact mistake they made, which even got us these 2 racks, and it's a GG well played, Son.